literally have been talking all this time with the mic muted. Yo, I'm slow, man. Oh yeah, so yeah, y'all know the rules of engagement. Sawab, what's good? Virtuoso, what's good? Cactus Jack, what's good? Toby, Danny. I've been talking with the mic muted, and y'all already know the drill, the rules of engagement. I'm going to be focused on the screen. So if anybody has a question, I'm not minding the chat. So you have to present it in the form of a super chat. If you want to ask a question, I'll see the color icon, and then I will ask the question for you. And then, yeah, man, Virtuoso, what's goody, bro? Ya tu sabes, manín. And yeah, man, most of the questions I'm going to ask are going to be centered around the deal, what led to the deal, crossing over, any reservations, as well as addressing the inflammatory comments that Michaela Mayer has made about Alycia Baumgardner and crossing over and all the different stuff. Because she said a mouthful. I actually have the screenshots, and I'm going to read those and get Alicia's reaction to what it is Michaela's saying. Con Enigma was good, bro. You have to shout at my country in the building. And yeah, man, it's a very exciting time. And like I said before in the previous live, there's pros and cons. The fight is the kind of fight that it could easily be a main event all its own. And with more time, it could be an even bigger fight than it is. But at the same time, as a boxing fan, you can't complain, because most of the time what boxing fans complain about is when fights take too long to make. So long that sometimes they don't happen. So, there's pros and cons on both ends of it. I've already sent Alycia the link, so she'll be joining shortly, and you guys can ask your questions as soon as she gets here. And yeah, man, Victor Jimenez, que lo que, manín? Yeah, man, y'all behave yourselves, man. Don't act like children. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time because we got a lot of fights that we've been waiting for. Marshall versus Shields, Baumgardner versus Mayer, Joshua versus Usyk, Golovkin versus Canelo. I know a lot of people are acting like they don't care about that fight right now, but it's the same thing as any other fight. The week of the fight, everybody's going to be interested because that's going to be the biggest card going down this weekend. And a lot of people really like to question the marquee value of that fight, while at the same time glorifying abysmal numbers like a little over 200,000 or a little under 300,000. If those kinds of fights, like Davis versus Cruz or Davis versus Romero, are the kind of numbers that you're celebrating, what do you think Canelo's going to do with Golovkin? He already did over 600,000 with a guy that most Americans don't know. So what do you think he's going to do with Golovkin the third time out? Especially when there's actually intrigue now, because he lost the Bivol fight, and maybe people like Golovkin's chances a little more. It's like a lot of people like to lie to themselves, and then when the actual numbers come out, they want to downplay the numbers that come out. It's like, bro, like, you a malcontent. You wasn't going to be happy with nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't going to be happy with nothing, and you don't want to admit you're wrong either. If you're telling yourself that Canelo versus Golovkin is not a big fight, you must live under a rock. Because even with a third fight, yes, it's still a big fight. It's still a big fight, believe it or not. More people show up to Canelo Alvarez's weigh-ins than they show up to some other fighters' fights. That's accurate. I mean, you got guys that show up for a weigh-in involving Canelo, let alone a goddamn fight. El Potts was good. Michael was good. Mario, ya tu sabes, manín. Yeah, man, it's a lot of things boil down to common sense, and the real reason that they turn into debates is because there's a lot of people that lack common sense. If you can do 600,000 or a little over 600,000 on two separate streaming platforms with a guy that most people don't know, what do you think he can do with Golovkin? At minimum, I'd say he can do 700,000. At most, I'll say he could probably do close to 1 million. Give me a second, fellas. And yeah, man, so she'll be joining shortly. And like I said, most of the questions I have are centered around what led to the deal, as well as Choi, because there's something to be said about Hyun-Mi Choi. She's about to fight a girl, a novice, that only has 3 professional fights. Bear in mind, Hyun-Mi Choi's been the WBA champion at that weight for something like, I don't know, 8 years. Never unified a title. And it's like, I want to get Alycia's reaction to that. You know, how do you feel about Hyun-Mi Choi out here fighting a girl that only fought 3 times? She about to fight that girl, I think it's in August. You know what I mean? Both Michaela Mayer and Hyun-Mi Choi, both of them said that they offered Choi the fight, and Choi didn't want to take it. She want to hide out in South Korea and fight girls that barely have fights. So I'm gonna get her reaction to that. Yeah, man, it's wild out here. But, you know, I figure that what Hyun-Mi Choi is probably doing is what Caleb Plant did. She wants to be the one. She wants to have the last belt. She's waiting out the winner of that fight because she wants to have the last puzzle piece. So likely she can negotiate for more money. If this is a tactic, if it's not just her running scared and it's a tactic, I believe that that's the play. She's doing what Caleb did. She's going to let everybody else fight. And then when she has the last belt, she's going to ask for more money. You know, whatever the money was, she's going to ask for more money on top of that. And that's what I think the play is. That's what I think is going on. Choi will stop Undisputed at 130 till she gets beat. And that's the funny part, that sometimes that's the way that happens. Like Yesenia Gomez at I believe it's like flyweight. She's been holding the WBC for a long time. And I think Kim Clavel's going to take it from her, you know. Kenny Enriquez wanted to fight her for like a million years. Shout out to Leonardo Manin, Leonardo Vázquez. Hermano, appreciate your work. Keep it up. I appreciate that, bro. Didn't have to do it, but you did it. Karma en el building. Steel in the building. Danny Fantasmo in the building. Ya tu sabe, Manin. Jules, imagine if Baumgardner wins. Eddie gets to make the Undisputed, and Eddie might be behind the move. Who knows? That's a fair point. But I don't actually believe that it's Eddie that coaxed Choi to do what she was doing. I actually believe it's the Choi people. They know that they can get her fights in South Korea against girls that she can beat. And what they likely want to do is wait out this fight, wait for the winner, and then when a winner emerges, they will ask for whatever more money on top of whatever they were offered before. So let's just, you know, ballpark figure. Let's just say that she was offered 3 or 4. Now she'll probably ask for 5 or 6 because she'll have the last belt. That's what I think that Choi is doing. She's doing what Caleb Plant did to Canelo, that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait. And then when Canelo comes over, then I'm going to ask for more bread. That's what I think Choi is doing. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Y'all know I don't usually say that, but, you know, y'all better hit that like button. What's goody base? Jules, if Plant can mysteriously beat Benavidez, Andre Charlo, do you think Canelo will rematch him? I think that boils down to marquee value. But in a cycle of fights like that, because that's like a fantasy scenario, that he would beat David Benavidez and Charlo. But I think that, yeah, there would be an incentive in a rematch to take him on for a second time if he were able to take out the other fighters at the weight. There would be like an incentive to do that. You know, but ultimately, do I actually think that that's what's going to happen? No. Yeah, Choi ducking, bro. Choi is ducking. I'm definitely going to ask Alycia how she feel about Choi fighting a girl that only got 3 fights. Because, damn, dog, like they offered you. You can't be making for that girl what they offered you for a Baumgardner fight or a Mayer fight. You can't be, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to ask her about that. Lisa, what's good? Jimbo, what's good? You know what I mean? And yeah, man, strange times, man. You know, good times, but also strange times. Because Choi, it's weird because she was actually going to unify with Maiva Hamadouche a long time ago. Before the pandemic hit, right before the pandemic hit, they had already made the fight. So it's like, well, if you were willing to fight Maiva, what changed? You know, why don't you want to unify anymore? And if I had to wrap my mind around it, I would say that's what I think it is. She's likely doing what Caleb Plant did to Canelo, where she's going to wait and she's going to see who wins. And then whoever wins, okay, well, they're going to ask the winner for more money. That's what I think Choi is doing. And y'all know how it go. So, yeah, man. Strange times. Very strange times. But that's boxing, bro. The business of boxing is just as much of a fight as the sport of boxing. It's like it's fights in the boardroom, it's fights behind closed doors, it's all type of stuff. For those of you that are just coming in, I will reiterate the rules of engagement. My eyes are going to be fixed on the screen. I'm not going to be minding the chat. So if you want to present Alycia a question, present it in the form of a super chat, at which point I will read the question because the color icon will show me that there's a question. And y'all know what it is. I wonder whether or not we get Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis this year. If I'm being honest, I don't think we do. Things in boxing don't happen that way, to where it doesn't happen that way. You know what I mean? In all likelihood, maybe they get in Pablo Cano, maybe Jorge Linares, maybe Jojo Diaz moves up. I don't really like that fight for Jojo. I don't. The value of fighting Jojo is at 135, and Ryan said that he's done at 135. So I wouldn't view that as, like a really, but I could see it happening. You know what I mean? I could see it happening. Emma was good. It's wild out here, fish. You already know. Smokey says Ryan Garcia versus Jojo Diaz is my bet. It's a realistic fight. It's a realistic option. They both fight on the DAZN platform. They're both Golden Boy Promotions fighters. We know that they made the fight last year. They actually made it, and Ryan ended up pulling out, and then Devin ended up fighting him. But it's like, if you had to guess, what's an easy fight that they could make? Jojo Diaz. Easy. Rick Mirrigan already on social media. He already talking about it, that he gonna make sure negotiations go smoothly. So that's the fight. It was goody Manny. You know what I mean? And yeah, yo. It'd be like that. Reading the chitty chat. Everybody's here. We got 89 in the building, so I expect 89 likes. We got 89 people in here. Ryan. Yo, he said Ryan fighting Blair Cobbs. You stupid, Phil. Ryan have a mental health issue. Soon as you talk about fighting Devin, word, right? His head, he gonna catch a migraine. Soon as you mention Devin, like Professor X. I believe Ryan moved to 140 to get ahead of the pack while he's acclimated to 140. Haney and others are growing out of 135. If that's the case, not a bad move. No, honestly, it's not. Honestly, it's not. If you're not fighting for belts at 135, then you might as well not even stay at 135. If you're not going to fight for the belts that's there, and Ryan already said he don't care about no belts, so that tells a story. Julius, I saw Senicia Estrada parted ways with Golden Boy earlier on Boxing Scene. Yes, that's correct. And I know where she's going. I know where she's going to pop up next, but I will save that surprise for all of you. I think many of you will be surprised where she ends up. And I'm not going to say nothing else because I don't want to spoil it. Tank don't want to be great or go down as an all-time great. Ryan the same as well. They might as well go to WWE. Well, I'll tell you this much, Ella. I'm going to say this, that they treating it as if the winner of that fight is really going to be like the king, right? Like the king of 135 or the king of 140, when in reality, whoever win that fight ain't the best fighter at that weight. Because Ryan, like, come on, fam. Like, you ain't beat nobody at 140. Like you beat Javier Fortuna at 140. He a 35er. Used to be down there at 2-6. And it's the same with Davis. Like, here we go, everybody. Allow me to introduce to you the reigning WBC super featherweight champion of the world, Alycia Baumgardner. Alycia, how you doing?
I am doing so well. I'm blessed. Just finished up an interview I was just doing when you called me last time. So everything's good. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to ask you, right, because the last time we spoke, I think both of us were expecting that if and when this fight took place, it would take place on Matchroom. As it stands, it's kind of happening on Top Rank. Were you surprised when the offer came for you to box on their side of things?
I wasn't surprised. I understood that the fight wanted to be made, right? So it came down to who was going to bring it to the table.
Also, did you feel like she was trying to bluff you? like basically maybe they made you the offer, but they weren't actually expecting you to take it.
They weren't expecting me to take it. Like, let's be real. Let's be honest that the first other 3 times they didn't expect me to take it either. But this time around, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. You guys gave me a full camp. And I put that on the record. They gave me a full camp. If anything, when I knew prior to even winning the title, I was gonna have my respect, and my respect was giving me a full camp. You weren't gonna tell me to fight you on a 4-week notice. Like, you sound stupid. But that tells me your mentality as a champion, that you want to fight somebody like me on a 4-week notice. Could I do it? Absolutely. But I'm like, wait a minute, let's play the cards right. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, in the past, it's my understanding that in the past, yeah, there have been offers, but those were not full camps. That's what held the fight up in the past.
Absolutely. It not being a full camp, obviously, the money has really nothing to do with it, but it was just a full camp. Give me a full camp and I will beat you.
Mm-hmm. Are there any concerns? There were a lot of people complaining after the Hamadouche fight, right? Even people that thought Michaela won the fight, they were complaining because they felt that the scoring in the fight did not actually reflect the fight. So now that you're crossing over, are you concerned with that kind of thing, to where maybe the judges don't want to give you a fair shake?
I mean, this is boxing, so you do have to kind of understand the role that's being played. But what I do know is that a knockout is going to end all that. So, that's my objective. I'm not going to leave it in the judge's hands to make a decision of who wants to fight. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm in there to get you out.
All right, we have a question from Con Enigma. Con Enigma wants to know, why not on Matchroom, and congratulations.
Thank you. So again, Top Rank, they offered the fight, Matchroom did not. And at this point, it came down to, do I want to take this fight, or do I want to just chill? I had an option. Let's keep it real. I had an option. I didn't have to take this fight. I did not have to take this fight. I could have chilled. I could have waited for Matchroom to give me my other 3 fights that they offered me. But then I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity. This is the perfect time. I believe in timing, and I believe that Michaela and our fights were aligned in the same way. Our last 2 fights were aligned at the same time period, right? So I'm like, perfect. I'm already in shape. I'm like, you know what? If I have to go be the underdog again, so be it. I'm used to it. I understand it. I know what that feeling's like, and it just fuels my fire to know that to even beat you on your own platform is even better to me. So, shit.
Now, are you aware that Hyun-Mi Choi, she very recently scheduled a fight. Hyun-Mi Choi, who it looks like is a big part of how we got here, in the sense that most of us were expecting you to fight Choi. Are you aware that she is now set to face a 3-0 novice in South Korea? And what are your thoughts on that?
It's comical. I did meet with her manager when I was in New York, and I explained to him, I'm like, listen, let's make this fight. This fight is big for women's boxing. It's going to just make the 130 division at just the highest, like where it needs to be. Like, what is the holdup? And it's just excuses at this point. It's excuses. And me as a fighter, as an athlete, I don't want to sit still. And so I'm like, what's next? What's next was I could have got another fight with another fighter. But hey, this fight with Michaela came up. I'm like, even better. Let's do it.
Are you receptive to the Choi fight if she comes back around? Let's say you beat Michaela Mayer in whatever fashion, points or a knockout. Would you be receptive to facing Choi if she comes back around after Mayer?
I mean, listen, she has the title that I want, absolutely, because I will be undisputed at 130 with all the titles. So if that means fighting her, then I'm going to do that.
All right. Now, we know that your old buddy, Michaela Mayer, she very recently conducted an interview, and she said a lot of inflammatory things. I'm going to read you the comments, and then I want to get your reaction. Okay, she said that, fortunately for Baumgardner, us women have built the game up so much that she was able to come out of nowhere, beat a champion, and then come into the biggest payday of her life. She's in this position because of the people who have done the groundwork. Me, Clarissa Shields, Katie Taylor. She hasn't done any of that. This girl is getting the biggest payday of her life. after doing nothing for the sport. What is your reaction to those comments?
Listen, she must have been high on something. Okay, she must have grabbed ass mine. It's funny. It's comical to me to see her talk this tough road talk that she's trying to portray, and it's like, just stop, because you look stupid, you look dumb, actually. And for me, it's like groundwork. Every woman that has stepped in that ring has done groundwork for the sport of boxing. I don't care if you have the network, the money, the manager. I do not. Every woman in the ring has made a movement in women's boxing. I have. Because my story doesn't align with you, or it wasn't on quote unquote how I did it, but because I beat Terry Harper the way I beat her, you mad? Like, you sound like a hater. Like, you mad. You mad that I was, grinding to get to the top. Again, let's keep it real. I didn't have the manager, the money, the network. So I took every small step that I had to get the opportunity that came at hand. And guess what? That was timing. And I worked hard to have that timing come. And guess what? I was victorious. So yes, baby, I am putting in the groundwork and still am. So, and it's just like, to me, Michaela, she's average. You're an average fighter. Yes, you're a world champion. Me, more than average, baby. I'm extraordinary. Like, let's keep it real. Like, stop trying to talk yourself up. The narrative is getting old, sis.
I'm going to read you the rest of what she wrote, because if you know Michaela, you know she had a lot to say. She said, money talks. When she was asked on why Baumgardner changed her mind to take the fight, she said, money talks. And big props to Top Rank. They stepped in. They've put 4 or 5 years into me now, and I've passed every test they put in front of me. They owe me this fight, and it came together, and they made it happen. They offered her money she couldn't refuse. How much was money a factor in that? Because she's basically saying the only reason you're taking the fight is because of the money.
Right. So again, comical, delusional. I don't give a flying about money. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a G. Like, I don't care about the money. And the fact that she's trying to paint this narrative that I accepted a fight because of money, like, money doesn't motivate me. Money is a bonus to me, baby. Like, money is an extra. You know what I'm saying? My endorsements, my modeling, my Adidas, all that, I get paid. So this, to fight you, was why I took the fight. To beat your ass, to beat you on your platform, to knock you the fuck out, because all you doing is talking, and she's gonna get a piece of humble pie. Because, baby, you ain't been in the ring with somebody like me before, ever. Do not compare me to Hamadouche, because I'm not Hamadouche at all. I understand she's riding this wave of confidence. She beat Hamadouche. That fight was 50-50, to be honest with you. Neither one of them girls bulked with each other. If Michaela fought me like that, that bitch would have been on the ground. Like, I'm telling you, this bitch fights with her eyes closed and throws punches. Like, let's keep it real. Like, you not on my level. You're not on my level at all. You want to be on my level, but you're not that. My experience from the amateurs, my experience in the pros, my experience with my trainers, just my work ethic is superior than Michaela Mayer. Who is Michaela Mayer? Girl, you lucky you barely made it on the damn stage, bitch. Like, you lucky. You know what I'm saying? You didn't medal. Congratulations for making it to Olympics. That's an accomplishment. Cool. But babe, this is the pros, and it's a different type of world. And when you in there with the dog, again, dog, and who's better than you athletically, like, let's just keep it a G. Like, that's just one box. That's just one box. But I know we got some more to talk to, but go ahead, keep going.
No, I was going to let you, because that shit. The next question that I have, we know that the network that's actually financing the fight, or at least on the face of it, the network that's actually financing the fight is not so much ESPN, not so much Top Rank, but it's actually Sky. So does Sky have a plan to do a gloves are off style sit down and face off between you and Michaela Mayer?
So again, I would hope so. I think if Michaela had a chance to, be a main event, I would think she would have taken that, but obviously we understand that's not true. I would hope that Boxer would give the respect to the fighters, to her and I, to promote this fight. Just like the amount of energy and effort that went into Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, it should be the same thing. It should be the same thing. We have two different fighters, two completely different fighters. And I'm seeing that the narrative is just Michaela. And that's fine. I understand it. I get it. I see it. But there's two different fighters. And when you're able to see two sides of the story, I bet you I will convince a Mayor fan to be a Bomb fan. I believe that. Because what attributes do you have other than that you're on Top Rank or that you're signed to Top Rank and you're on ESPN? You ain't nobody. Don't know. Michaela is a boring ass fighter. You're boring. What are you doing? Like, no, stop. You're boring. People want to. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. The Hamadouche fight was clearly entertainment, but those were two girls fighting, pitter pats. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, what is that, baby? I got skill, technique, ring general and shit. Like, I got it all. So they will see it sooner or later.
All right. Now, Manny Fernandez has a question. He says, "Hey, champ, what are your favorite things to do to be clear-minded, to enjoy this life that goes by so fast, and to find mental rest?"
So one thing I do is I read, I write, I stay in the gym. I stay active, right? We know with anything, staying active is going to help you regardless in life. It helps with your mentality, it helps with your mental health. It actually releases, good chemicals. To stay active and to have a clear mind is everything. I'm going into this fight with a clear mind, excited. So excited for this because I've been wanting this fight for a very long time. I talked about this fight for a very long time. And here we are now, September 10th. It's going down as the co-main event. And I will be victorious. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Now, the second question I have, because a lot of people have been asking me about this and a lot of people have been telling me this, they say that this fight is good enough by itself to be a main event and that by all rights, it should have been a main event. How do you feel finally getting this fight, but it's the Chiefs' support as opposed to the main event?
Again, I'm thankful that the fight was made, right? But yeah, this fight is definitely main event worthy. And I did see that she said she had the option for it to be a main event. Girl, if you wanted to prove a point, if you wanted to show that you was top dog at 130, you would have commanded that fight be a main event and in the States. But no, let's be honest, you can't sell tickets. You're not well, what's the word? You're not attracting no crowds like that. Nobody is saying, hey, hold on. Hey, Michaela Mayer's fighting. Let's go. No, nobody doing that. No one is coming out to see Michaela Mayer. But guess what? She's fighting Alycia Baumgardner. Absolutely, we're gonna go see that fight, baby. I'm the reason why people are gonna be tuned into this fight. Believe that. So again, the fight should have been a main event. It's a co-main event. Cool. But if she said she had the authority for it to be a main event, you should have did that then. Let me show what kind of authority do you have? What kind of pull do you have? Because you saying Top Rank is offering you a fight, they should have gave you a main event worthy. But guess what? They know that you ain't shit. So let's just put it on a co-main event. Let's just make it a bigger card. It makes sense to do it that way, right?
Dead 3440 asks, would you be open, because you win this fight, you got 3 alphabet titles and the Ring Magazine title. You'll essentially be the #1 super featherweight in the world. Under those circumstances, would you fight Hyun-Mi Choi in South Korea for Undisputed?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this would be my grandma's dream. My grandma's Korean. This is my heritage. This is my blood to go there to fight. I actually want to visit Korea. So to have the fight there, that would be amazing. And I think that could definitely happen.
Emma Willis says, talk that talk, champ. The UK is behind you. Ice that clown. Don't give them a chance to play with you.
Listen, Emma, they not going to play with me. And that's the thing that I love about the UK. I'm familiar with the UK. The UK fans are so realistic when it comes to boxing. They're realistic when it comes to fighters. And I know that they know that I'm beating Michaela Mayer that night and that who is this foreigner coming into who's this girl coming to the UK? I'm what's the word? Adopted by the UK. This is my 3rd fight in the UK, so I'm super excited. And shout out to all my UK fans as well.
J Money asks, what is your favorite cheat meal when preparing for a fight?
So every day is a cheat meal, baby. Listen, I'm on weight, okay? I can eat whatever I want to eat. If I wanted to go eat a big ass burger with some fries and a milkshake, I can do that. Do you think Michaela can? That girl is struggling. She is struggling to make 130. Okay? She coming to the weigh-ins like a damn shriveled up raisin. Okay? Let's be honest. A cheat meal though, I'm eating something real good. Some lamb chops. I love me some lamb chops, baby.
Karma Serene asks, Champ, what are the chances of you knocking out Donkey Face? That would be epic.
The chances are very high, and I believe it's not going to distance. I believe it's going to be within seventh rounds. Again, I'm coming with that word. Like y'all wanna sleep on me. That's great. I'm hungry. I have the same hunger as I did as an 8-year-old girl. To have this fight, for this fight to be life changing for me, is everything. So best believe I'm coming with everything. Like I'm excited, and she's getting knocked out.
Do you feel that given that you've been boxing, because I don't know that Michaela knows it or that most people know it, that you've actually been boxing since you were a very small child. There are actually pictures of you in the ring. I don't know how, like, what were you, 7 or 8 years old? Do you feel like she's underestimating you just because you don't come from the same amateur background that she does?
Absolutely. Again, I started boxing at the age of 8. Okay, let's get this narrative straight. People who are realistic, let's think here. Let's put our thinking caps on. I'm an athlete. I'm naturally gifted athlete who happens to have power. I am very strong. I shock my damn self when I'm sparring, when I'm training. I'm powerful, and this power is naturally gifted. And so when you think of two fighters, you have to look at attributes. You have to see what fighter has what. My athleticism alone beats Mayor. Mayor is like a granny in a nursing home. That's how slow she is. Like that's her that's how slow she is. Like you're not comparing to me on that level. My skill level, my technique. And I think also too, it's your trainer. I don't care if you have two Al Mitchells in your corner. He not fighting for you. He is not fighting for you. It's a different type of game. Now, credit to him for being the trainer that he is, but he is not fighting for you. And I believe that a fighter is well rounded when they have different trainers. I've been able to train with Sugar Hill, with Jonathan Banks, with former world champion Tony Harrison, with Marcos Dominguez, who's a fighter who came from Mexico. You know, I've had all these experiences, and that shapes a fighter. Like that really shapes a fighter. You see that when you see me fight. When people see me fight, they're like, "Oh wow, where's this movement coming from? Where is this technique?" People are surprised to see it. Well, like I've been in this sport very long time. I've been around world champions. I've been in Cecilia Breakis's camp when I was younger. I've been around just many world champions and trainers. Like it's telling.
Mm-mm. Napolis asks, for your ring entrance song, Alycia, you should choose either LL's Mama Said Knock You Out or Redman's I'll Be That.
Listen, I have one song in mind, and I swear it's the song. I don't know. That's like one thing you have to think about, like what song coming out to. But best believe it's going to be a telling song, so make sure you pay attention.
Base the Kid asks, talk that shit, hashtag love the spice, I will be there. Aline Boatwright asks, has Mayor ever shown you anything that would indicate that she has speed, athleticism to keep up with you in the ring?
Absolutely not. Michaela Mayer has not been in the ring with somebody like Alycia Baumgardner. There's only one breed, baby, and it's me. I'm a different type of breed. I'm a different type of fighter. She's never been in there with me before, with somebody in the ring like me, like ever in her life. I don't care who you fought. I don't care if you spar guys. I spar guys. They're not fighting like me. You know what I'm saying? Michaela's been hurt before. If you go back and you do your homework, that girl's been hurt before. Her knees have buckled. Her knees buckled. That's already telling to me. You've been hurt before, and I will hurt you. I will hurt you with both hands. This is the funny. Y'all think it was just my right hand? You have a rule of awakening, baby. You have a rule of awakening coming. Be scared. Think about me every night. Say my name, like Beyonce. Say my name. Okay. Next question.
All right. I saw a back and forth between you and Michaela. For those that don't know, very recently, it was Michaela Mayer's birthday, to which Alycia Baumgardner said, happy 41st birthday. When you saw her reaction, did you feel like you had perhaps hit a nerve? Because you guys were going back and forth over that for a while.
Oh, I definitely heard her. I definitely hit a nerve with that one. You know, it was her birthday. I was feeling really, nice that day. I'm like, let me shout Michaela out for her 40th birthday. Happy birthday, boo. You know, I might have got the dates wrong, maybe. A lot of people did their homework that night, though. They definitely looked that up that night. But yeah, she definitely felt some type of way about that. But just know I'm coming with the heat, boo. Like I'm gonna give you the best birthday present you ever had come September 10th.
What kind of mayor are you expecting? Because in the past, for the most part, outside of the Hamadouche fight, she's been a textbook boxer, jab right hand. Are you expecting her? Are you expecting that kind of Michaela Mayer, or are you expecting something other than what we've seen?
I'm expecting Michaela Mayer. That's all I can say. Michaela Mayer has been the same Michaela Mayer since the amateurs. Since I seen her fight throughout the amateurs, she's been the same. We've seen the best Michaela Mayer. Now that we've seen what else is there more to see of Michaela Mayer? Like you're not like, yeah, I get it. They're moving you a certain way, but again, there's love game. You're in there with a different type of fighter, again, a different type of breed. And Michaela, she's average to me. She's average. She's a textbook fighter. I've seen this style plenty of times before. And the fact that you have the same style as you did as an amateur and you're coming into pros, ooh baby, I'm gonna eat you up. I'm gonna eat you up because styles make fights. We know this. And this is the perfect style. So come with whatever you have because I have an answer for everything. They say, "Oh, hey, she don't like pressure." I actually love pressure. I love it. Bring it out. Bring it. Bring whatever you have because you're not beating me. You're not beating me at all.
Given the vitriol and the spite, and that perhaps it may not be the right time to ask this question because you're getting ready to fight her, is there any chance that you guys could be friends after the fight?
I think probably not. I'd be like, hey girl, but probably not. Only, you know what? I wouldn't even say that. However, it's supposed to play out, it's gonna play out. I'm a cool person. This fight has drawn me not to like her. I'm in a different space. I'm in a space where you think you're better than me, and I know you're not better than me. You say you can beat me, you can't beat me. So it's just a different type of grit. It's a different type of energy that I have. I don't like you. You think you can beat me. I don't like you. I'm better than you. So however it's supposed to play out, it's supposed to play out. So it is what it is. She probably gonna be on hush mode because she talks so much shit. But yeah,
Emma Willis asks, Champ, that girl is jealous of you. Where did the hate for you come from? Did you steal her man or something? Because this hate is a lot.
bro, listen. She a hater, bro. She not a low key hater. She a hater. Like she has it all over her face, and it's so telling and it's so funny because she wanted that fight so bad with Terry Harper. She wanted that fight so bad, and guess what? Ding, ding, ding. Here comes Alycia Baumgardner doing what she does best and wins in a fat, like, bro, I didn't just win the fight. I knocked Terry Harper out on her feet. Bitch ain't got knocked out of the year. You better put some respect on my name. And
That's what I wanted to ask you. Do you feel like she would have preferred that it would have been Terry instead of you?
absolutely. It's an easier fight for her. Hello. Michaela is not a true champion to me. She's just a champion. She's a champion that, hey, we got some top rank people. We're gonna make sure that you get what you want. You want a title that for you. Let's put the things in order. No, that's not how that works. You're gonna actually find your challenge. You're actually gonna face a challenge person. Like you're gonna have your test. And that test is me. You know what I'm saying? My test, you know where my test came from? My test came from my failures. My test came from my loss early in my career, losing to Christina Lenartu. I took that fight because I was confident in what I was doing. That fight was so fucking close that was a split decision fight, and I definitely knew that I won it. But hey, it didn't go that way, and that's cool. I'm not over here like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I did win that fight. I don't have to do that. I learned my lesson from the loss that I took, and let's keep this straight too. What you see on the internet from that fight is their highlights. That's it. That's it. It's their highlights. You haven't seen that full fight. You don't know how I looked in that fight. So that's one thing. And two, me losing, I know what defeat feels like. Michaela's gonna feel what defeat feels like come that night. You wanna feel like you top dog, and please stop saying dog walker because bitch, you sound stupid. Don't say that. Like, I don't know. People have to be honest with this girl because I think she's she's delusional, bro. Like, whoever's talking to her, I know they're trying to hype her up or get her pumped up, but listen, girl, someone got to be honest with you, and they're not being honest. But yeah, my defeat came. I learned from my defeat. I know what that feels like. I know. And again, do you think I want to experience it again? Absolutely not. Just like Amanda Serrano, Amanda don't talk about her one loss a lot, but guess what? Look what she did after that. Look what Canelo did after that. Look at this. This. It's telling. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see. You're just gonna see. That's all I can say.
Aleem Boatwright asks, have we seen you perform on a full 8-week camp in the past few years? Will this be your best condition ever?
So I would say you haven't seen me have a full 8-week camp. You will see September 10th, AB who had an 8-week camp. Absolutely. Prior to that, I've only had 4 or 6 weeks. The last camp I remember was when my trainer was alive, and I fought in Philly. That obviously wasn't televised. But when I tell you, I felt so good. I'm like, damn, this is what it feels like to have 8 weeks. I'm training with who I'm training with. It felt so good. So to know that I have 8 weeks to train for this fight, and that I've already been in pre-camp, it's all about skill, strategizing this fight. I'm already on weight. Like, let's throw that out the window. Like, you're gonna see this amazing fighter. You're gonna see a boxer. You're gonna see a puncher. You're gonna see everything. People gonna be like, damn, where this girl been at? I know, y'all. I was in the dark for a little while. I had to work myself up. It's coming. So
Well, how many weeks did you have to prepare for the Harper fight? Because we know that the Edith Matisse fight, that was just a short notice, get you out there fight, just to keep busy fight. How many weeks did you have to prepare for Terry Harper?
man, listen, it was really like a 4-week camp, 4 or 5 weeks. I wasn't like, it was one of those questions where my coach asked me, he's like, you haven't had a full camp. We only have this many weeks. And my trainer, he was just like, I don't want to go into the fight. I'm like, listen, I can beat her. I know I can beat her. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna bet on it. I'm gonna bet on you. Let's take the fight. And we did. And so again, it's just a different type of go around this time. And I'm excited. I really am.
How does it feel to watch all this manifest, essentially? Because there were dark moments, the knee surgery, the loss, and now you're here, major platform, good money, a girl you've wanted to fight for a very long time. Does it feel like fate that everything is coming together?
Yeah, absolutely. My faith is in God. I believe in what God is doing in my life is so different than other people. I don't have to have the Olympic story. I don't have to have the gold medal. I don't have to come from the richest family or whatever. Like, I came with having faith and hard work and dedication. I had parents who pushed me. I had people along the way who pushed me and believed in me and still believe in me to get me to where I am today. When people believe in you and you believe in yourself, you can accomplish a lot of things. And I know what God is doing for me in my life is so different. I'm just highly favored. I'm gifted. And just like Ryan, I watched his fight yesterday. He said a spirit of competition. That's me. I have a spirit of competition. I have something to prove. I have something to, to grab onto. You know what I'm saying? I'm a competitor, and I love it, and I just can't wait.
Con Enigma asks, what's your relationship with Shields and her thoughts on that fight? And how tall is she?
I don't know how tall Clarissa is. Me and Clarissa's relationship is great. We talk here and there, and I know she believes that I think she would want the main event to just be her and Savannah, because both fights are just so equally, at the top, that I think she would want the card to be at main event. But it's gonna be great for women's boxing, period. It's just definitely gonna just rise. So it's gonna be good.
I guess the last question I have is, do you think you've caught Mayer off guard because you don't feel, like, in other words, they made you the offer, but were they actually expecting you to take the offer? And if they weren't, do you think that gives you an element of surprise?
Okay, so say that one more time.
Basically, if you feel that they made you an offer without you expecting to take the offer, right? They weren't expecting you to say yes. They weren't expecting you to come over to their side of things for the fight. But now that you are, do you feel that you've taken her by surprise?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think she knows that I'm no regular degular out here, right? She understands what's at stake. And that's the thing. That's like the whole thing for me. You paint this narrative, this tough girl role, and acting like I'm just some regular some bum, quote unquote. She called me a bum. I thought that was quite funny. You think I'm some bum out here, and it's just like, she low key scared. She low key scared. She's not gonna say it, obviously, but it's telling how she moves, how she talks, the things she's saying in her interviews. It's telling. It's okay to be scared. I would be scared too to fight Alycia. Go ask Terry what I did. Go ask every fighter what I did to them and how real my power is. And guess what? Ask Christina. Since you want to bring up Christina, my loss to Christina, guess what Christina said? I'm the hardest puncher. She's fought Delphine. She's fought Katie Taylor. You better put some respect on my name. I'm trying to tell you.
Alycia, very thankful to have you on to get these sound bites. This is gold. Once again, I need Sky Sports, Adam Smith, Ben Shalom, do a sit down, get Alycia, get Michaela, get Natasha Jonas to mediate. It's wonderful.
Let's do it. Why not? Like, what's Adam Smith's @name on Twitter? Because I'll at him. Because
Adam Smith.
What we need. This builds. One thing about building a fight is knowing the story, the character of each fighter, right? You have two amazing fighters fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? You have an Olympian, you have this underdog, this girl that nobody knows about who just came out the blue and fought Terry Harper, and she didn't do nothing. Like, who is this girl? Well, you're gonna find out. You're gonna understand. This is the thing. People relate. People relate to a story. People relate to someone's character. They understand. You feel it when you hear somebody talk, right? And I just believe that if they're able to do this, they're going to draw so much, like, many more fans, more eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just great. Put the work in. We put the work in. The networks and them, they need to do the same as well to build this fight and keep rising in the sport, putting boxing back to where it needs to be.
Are you surprised that the bookies have you the underdog, given that you knocked out Terry Harper? Like, they didn't know who you were before that fight, but are you surprised now that going into this fight with Michaela Mayer, the bookies have you the underdog and her the favorite?
No, I'm not surprised by anything. Listen, I'm not surprised by anybody who doesn't believe in me. I don't have to convince you. Okay? I don't have to convince the gamblers. I don't have to do that. I know what I'm going to do. Okay? I'm confident in me. I know what I possess. I know who I am. And that's all I'm betting on myself. I believe in me. I don't care if Eddie Hearn and them didn't believe in me, but guess what? We want to sign you. Okay, say less. You know what I'm saying? They didn't believe. Oh, can we get an interview? Okay, yeah, you can get an interview. You know what I'm saying? You see how the roles switch, and that's okay. That's boxing. I get it. But it's all good in the hood. We gonna do.
Congratulations on finally getting this fight. I know that we're all looking forward to it. Great interview, great Q&A. You're always welcome on the channel. Won't take up any more of your time. Best wishes.
Anything else you want me to say? I got some time.
No, all right. Well, let's get.
I got time today. What did Money Bag say? I got time today.
well, Michaela Mayer, she says a lot on social media, but this is the most vocal that I've actually ever seen her. And I understand that she's trying to sell a fight. I get that. But does it appear as nerves to you almost?
Yeah, again, definitely nervous. I think again she's trying to play this tough role. She's never had to really play a tough role with any of the fighters that she fought, right? Because they pose no threat to her. But because this girl just came out of nowhere, she's threatened. She feels threatened, so she has to put this role on. Like, I can't just let this girl just keep talking. I gotta say something.
I'm gonna warn you, I will not blindside anyone. Michaela Mayer is said to be in the chat, literally. She's asking for a link. So I'm just giving you a heads up.
Oh, do it. Do it. Let's do it. That's perfect.
I just posted the link in the chat. I don't know. Mario just told me Michaela's in the chat. She wants to jump on this. I'm going to fall back. I ain't going to say nothing.
Go ahead. Say it. Put her on.
I'll just put the link in the chat and let's see if she clicks it. You know what I mean? But this is, I'm going to outbox the mess out of you. Okay, there she is. That's her right there. The one that's
outbox. Bitch could barely move. The bitch's stance is so like, yo, I can't even listen. This is comical. Is this a comedian show? Did she want to come on and say some real stuff? Because box, you could barely box. You again, like I said, she's average. It's telling. It's a 1, 2, 3. It's an uppercut. It's a here, there, That's what else? What else are you gonna do, Michaela? Please tell me.
You know, because I guess I gotta be the referee. You know, I'm gonna just if she jump on, because I just posted the link. So if she jump on and she want to talk some shit and some shit,
I'm ready. Come on with it. It's funny.
You know, I don't know if she's working it out right now. I'm gonna try to give her a little bit of time because I guess she want to jump on here. She want to talk some shit. And look, it's all. This is what I'm gonna say to the networks that may be listening, because I'm a consumer of boxing. I spend a lot of money on boxing all the time. I make money off boxing, but I also consume a lot of it. You need to get Alycia and Michaela to sit down on Sky Sports. Let Natasha Jonas mediate. Or let Lauren Price or somebody, just get somebody to mediate, or let Johnny Nelson do it. But you need to do it, because I'm telling you, people gonna watch this fight. They're gonna watch this fight.
It's a real fight. Like,
yeah, I mean, they're gonna watch this fight. I've been waiting for this fight for a very long time. I think I've been waiting for it for 2-3 years now. It's finally here. And if you really want to bring ice, not just for Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa Shields, which is a great fight and an epic fight, but this has got to be one of the best co-main events I've seen in recent memory. Like, bro, this is a main event unto itself, and it deserves the same platform that Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor.
But listen, like Mayor said, she had the chance to do that. So why didn't you do that? If you understood the assignment, bitch, you would have did what you had to do. Because you talk about you have some type of authority. You should have made this a main event, and you should have made it in the States. Because guess what? That bitch would have been sold out. I guarantee.
Okay, well, Michaela is now saying that she's grocery shopping at this minute and she cannot join the chat, but we know it's Michaela because that's her trademark, the meow. If you know Michaela Mayer, that's Michaela's bat signal, the meow. She can't join the chat right now. Things are getting very spicy in the chat. People are getting excited, but this is what needs to happen. If I don't know nothing else, I know how to make some money, and I'm telling you, get Alycia and Michaela on Sky Sports with either Johnny Nelson or Natasha Jonas. Gloves are off. We need it.
Tell Michaela, talk to who she got to talk to, because she got that type of authority, and make sure the shit happens, because we have things to say. She obviously got things to say. I got things to say, and the shit shouldn't be on no damn Zoom either. Like, they honestly should be putting in the time and the effort to fly us both out to promoting this fight just as much. And that's just real. Like, why are we doing a press conference on a Zoom call?
I mean, that's why I felt it necessary, because I'm like, I didn't know if Sky, that's why I had to ask, like, is Sky going to do, because it's a co-main event and not a main event, we know that they have already done one for Shields versus Marshall, because I actually saw a piece of it, but I wondered, this being a co-main event, are they going to do one for Michaela and Alycia? Because, well, personally, yeah, I think they should. People have been waiting for this fight for a long time, and even if they're not familiar with the fighters yet, they're gonna like what they see in that face off. They're gonna like it. So they should do it. That's why I felt it necessary to get your comments out there as far as what Michaela said.
I mean, I think again, it's necessary to build the fight. We obviously have a lot to say about each other. She obviously thinks she's like the dog walker, like funny. So yeah, just make it happen. Make it happen, please.
Well, with that being said, I don't want to take up too much of your time unless you got a couple more curse words you want to say to Michaela. Anything you want to say to Michaela?
I got time today. Okay, so what else you got to say?
Okay, Napoli asks, after Mayor, if Amanda Serrano doesn't fight Katie Taylor again, would you offer Amanda a shot at the 130-pound titles, and what do you believe that she would take it?
Do I believe that Amanda would take it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Amanda is a fighter who, again, she's a competitor. She wants to fight the best, and I think now she's been given the highest respect on where she's at in the sport and what she's done in the sport. So like, I think she would, like, why not? And I would accept the fight too. Again, this is boxing. I like to box. I like to fight. Okay. I like to punch people in the face. I like to hurt you. That's what I want to do. I want to hurt you and then smile after and then make my bread and go home. Okay. A little bad one time.
Mario's asking, would Maya have to come to your side to fight you?
If that was the case, she would have been done it. But we all get it. We understand the narrative. We understand protect. Girl, get off your shield and fight. Like, you know what? Have that same mentality as I did when I went overseas and I fought Katie or Terry Harper. Have that same type. She don't got that. She ain't got that type of grit. She not that hungry. She not that type of fighter either. You know what I'm saying? That's how amateurs works. They baby them so much. Look, they baby them, then she go to Olympics, they baby them a little more. She comes into the pro world, they baby her some more. So like, she don't even know what that is. She don't even know.
Eson says, salute Champ Jules, all set up alive with both. Look, I'm trying to get it on, but Michaela said that she's picking produce right now. She's at the supermarket, so
she's picking the healthiest shit to make herself lose weight. I get it, girl. Make sure you get some kale. Okay, kale is really good for you. Apple cider vinegar, that's going to help you kind of cut the weight down. Cause I know cause look, she's not coming to the weigh-ins with abs. Oh girl, let me stop. I'm gonna go into the rated R. I don't need to do all that, but, she's not coming with that work.
I'm going to ask you, Michaela said earlier this year that she intends for this to be the final fight of her 130 campaign. She means to move up in weight. Do you honestly believe that she's struggling with weight?
Absolutely, she's struggling with weight. Look at the way she comes. Like I said, a dried up raisin, shriveled up, face all like that. Girl, it's time. I'm making 130 no more.
All right. Alim Boatwright is asking, let's get a round prediction Ali style. Alim wants you to give us the round in which you feel you're going to take her out.
So again, we never know the round. Boxing is very unpredictable. I don't even like saying what round I'm going to knock her out. But I know that it's not going the distance. I definitely know it's not going the distance because I want to hurt her. The ref, listen, 3 options. I'll give you this. 1, the ref's going to stop it because I'm beating her ass so crazy. This bitch's face is messed up. 2, she's going to stop. She's going to quit in the corner. Her coach is going to throw the towel in. And 3, she getting knocked out. There's no other option. Michaela's not winning that night. She's getting knocked out. Her coach is stopping it. 1 to 2. The doctor shit might stop it because the bitch's face is all fucked up. She want to talk about she wants to talk about she breaks her fighters down. Girl, them girls is leaving the same way they came in. Look at Hamadouche. This girl didn't have no marks on her face. I put marks on people's faces, but I sure enough do that. I do that.
Oh, Michaela's talking shit. Michaela says, I have more technique in my left pinky than Baumgardner has in her entire body, and we're going to test it.
Listen, this is how I know she wanted in. Just the way she talked, more skill in her. Like, girl, bye. Like, just stop. Keep grocery shopping. You keep grocery shopping, please.
Oh
Keep
man.
girl by. Like, Michaela's not on my level. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why we never fought in the amateurs. There, like I said, timing is everything. Timing is everything. There's a reason why I never fought her. And the fact that I can fight her now with 8-ounce gloves on and no headgear. Oh my gosh, I freaking love it. I love that. That I can really hit this girl with no headgear on and smaller gloves. So we'll see. We'll see September 10th. We'll see.
Well, I think I think we've touched on all the main subjects. I don't think Michaela's gonna join. I think she's picking avocados, a kale right now. But it's been a great pleasure to have you on. Always welcome on the channel, and thanks again.
Anything else? Because I got time today.
Okay, let's get some sound bites. Let's get some sound bites. You saw the Jennifer Hahn fight with Michaela Mayer. How did you evaluate Michaela Mayer against 38-year-old Jennifer Hahn?
Bro, she didn't even stop her. Listen, I give credit to Hahn. That girl had a baby. Okay, she had a baby, came back, boom, fought Michaela, and the fact that Michaela didn't even do anything, oh my gosh, like, girl, bye.
Michaela says that she is too blessed to be distressed and too anointed to be disappointed. That rhymed.
I like that. I feel that. I'll give you credit. That sounded nice.
That was good. Like, she spit some bars. Country asking what's goody Jules, what's goody Alycia, and if and when you get past Michaela Mayer, who is your next target? And I mean this with all respect. Jules had, bro, come on with the Jesus Christ. Just who are you targeting after Michaela Mayer? That if you could make one fight and it's all up to you, who would you target after Michaela if you could get them in the ring?
I mean, again, I think it's obvious I want to fight Choi. I'm going to be undisputed at 130. Again, after that, I would love to fight Katie Taylor. I want to fight the best of the best because that makes me best. That makes me the best. That challenges me. Again, I love challenges. I love that I'm proving myself each fight. And yeah, why not?
Realistically, do you think Eddie Hearn and Katie Taylor's people, if you beat Michaela Mayer, and let's just say, okay, you get Choi in the ring, you beat her, on a scale of 1 to 10, how realistic do you view a Taylor fight for yourself?
It just depends. It depends on where we are in that stage. Boxing is like how boxing is like made up with fights every so many months. Like, that girl might be ready to go out the door. She might be ready to retire, whatever. At this stage, I'm young. Okay. I'm getting into my prime. Like, I'm living. Okay. I'm thriving in life right now. So whoever is in front of me, whoever they put in front of me, I don't say no to nobody. I don't duck. As long as you respect me, you give me a full camp. Okay. Hello. I'll fight anybody.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion on Katie Taylor potentially taking on an MMA fighter? Because they're talking about putting her in there with Chris Cyborg. They're talking about putting her in there with Holly Holm, even though Holly Holm was a boxer. What's your opinion on them trying to put together those kinds of novelty fights?
That makes sense to me. That I feel like takes away again from the sport of boxing. If you want to do that, fight a Holly Holm, fight a Clarissa Shields, because Clarissa's in MMA. Holly Holm's in MMA. Like, do that, but don't add Katie Taylor in the mix. Now, Katie Taylor, I don't know what Katie Taylor want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a money grab for her. I don't think she really cares about the money. But that doesn't make sense to me. Like, first, the fighters that want to come into the sport of boxing, like, do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Fight a boxer.
Antonio Luna's asking, what is the situation with Hyun Mi Choi?
Listen, I don't know. You're gonna have to write her, DM her, comment on her picture she just posted. I don't know. I don't care. She's the least of my worries. But until then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what I think is going on with Choi, to be completely honest with you, I kind of get the sense that she realizes if she has the last belt, she could probably negotiate for more money. And I honestly think, looking at it now, that's probably the play. That why should I take on Alycia now when I can take her on later for more money because I'm going to have the belt that she wants? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and it's smart. We get it. It's boxing. It's business.
so you're, but
But
you
that,
are still.
but let's be honest and let's be realistic here. If I wanted to play that game like that, I could have. So for Mayor to say I took the fight because of money, bitch, you sound dumb. I didn't have to take this fight. I wanted to take this fight. I had the choice. I had the choice to take this fight, to make this fight happen. So let's keep that at 100. Because if I wanted to play it business smart, I could have really played it the way I wanted to.
Yeah, you had the option to have voluntary defenses on your own platform under the Matchroom banner, and you chose to take this fight with Michaela Mayer. Does that not communicate that you're confident going into it? Because you did have the choice to say yes or no.
I mean, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's telling, right? That's all. As long as you know, shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I try to be unbiased, but I saw a lot of what was said, and I'm like, well, she probably could have, she did have the option to reject this fight. She did have the option to say, no, I don't want to fight on your platform. If anything, you could come fight on mine. But you're
Listen,
choosing to go there.
the first thing that I said, I'm like, well, when's the fight? How many weeks do I have? Oh, you have 8 weeks. Okay, bet. Send the contract. That's all I want. That's all I wanted from the beginning. So again, like, I don't care where I fight, who I fight, what platform I went to Terry Harper backyard on a 4-week notice and knocked that bitch out. So the fact that I could have an 8-week camp, fight somebody that I don't really care for, bet, say less. Let's make it happen. This is it.
Evaluating Michaela as an opponent, are you expecting it to be easier or harder than the Leonardo 2 fight? Easier or harder than the Harper fight?
I go into every fight with the same idea that this is going to be a fight. Obviously, Michaela wants to win. We get this. We know this. She wants to win. I want to win. But I just know that I'm better than her. So I don't take anybody lightly. I don't second guess somebody like, oh, this is going to be an easy fight. It's probably going to be a tough fight, but I know that I'm better than her. I know that I'm tougher than her, stronger than her, better than her. Like, my attributes just speak higher than Michaela. Like, it's a no-brainer for me, right? But I don't overlook people because this is boxing. Anything can happen. But I don't ever overlook because again, it's boxing. But I know me.
Okay. Workout music. What does Alycia Baumgardner like to listen to when she's doing her road work?
Listen, baby on this, Detroit rapper, Money Bag, yo, gets me in my groove. Little Baby, Drake. I'm all with the grimy music.
All right. I honestly think we covered all the subjects, and your signal's kind of going in and out. You're freezing up a little bit.
Oh, hold on. Let me put my Wi-Fi on.
Yeah, everybody give the champ a second to fix the Wi-Fi because it's freezing up a little bit. Signal's going in and out.
Boom. I got the Wi-Fi on.
All right, now it's smooth. Now it's perfect.
Did
so
you hear what I was talking about?
I didn't get the music. It was like right when you started giving the answers to what music do you like to listen to while you work out or do your road work. That's when it started going in and out.
Yeah, so I'm all for the Sada Baby, Money Bag, Lil Baby, Detroit music, obviously, and just that go getter music, like just that grit shit. If you know.
All right. Extracurricular activities. When you're not training to beat the hell out of people, named Michaela Mayer, how do you like to occupy your downtime when you're not preparing for a fight?
Listen, I'm working on my brand. I'm making money outside the ring. I'm putting things together. I just signed with a sports agency. So this is big. This is bigger than boxing, right? We have to understand that you're not only going to make your money in the ring, but outside the ring. So I'm consistently working on my brand and making sure that I'm financially set for my future. and my future's future. Okay.
How important do you think it is for fighters like yourself to be their own brand ambassadors and their own advocates? Because sometimes what we see in the sport is the fighters tend to rely on the manager and the promoter. Do you think that it's also on the fighter to help market themselves outside of their fights?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're not hip to understanding the game, if you're not actually hip to understanding the reality of where life is right now, social media is your news. It's your outlet. It's everything. You're finding everything out on social media. So to promote yourself is necessary. Again, it's like look at Jake Paul. Like, hello, that's a perfect example. So that's just tell you right there that social media, promoting yourself, you can be a nobody from Ohio, which he's from Ohio, and be a billionaire, millionaire. Like, hello, come out the blue. Like, you mad? You can't even hate on that though. The dude,
I think he's winning people over. I honestly think he is winning people over because he bought the fight Hasim Rahman Jr. and that looked like a serious fight.
it is a serious fight.
Do you like his chances? Do you think Jake Paul has enough boxing skills for Hasim Rahman Jr.?
I don't know until I see the fight.
I dig it. I dig it. Neutral answer. Like
boxing is just one of them sports, bro. It's just like it's just one of them sports. It's so unpredictable. So
it is. It is. But one thing we are predicting is that you intend to cause bodily harm to Mikaela Mayer, who is currently picking avocados at a supermarket. I heard she's in Ohio, actually.
is she?
That's that word around the campfire is she's in your neck of the woods and you're in her neck of the woods.
Cool. Sounds cool to me. I just know that I'm just gonna beat her September 10th. So that's all that matters. That's like, man, I got the funniest video. Listen, I got something for the fans, y'all. Something is coming. I don't know when yet. I might post probably Monday, Tuesday. But I got something for y'all. It's so funny. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Now send before we close it out, because I do think we hit all the subjects. Before we close it out, send a message to the fans about what they can expect from Alycia Baumgardner, from Alycia to the fans, September 10th. What can we expect to see?
Listen, September 10th, it's going down. History is being made. Somebody's getting knocked out. And it's going to be Mikaela Mayer. I will be walking out of that ring with her title, snatching them hoes from her. And proving to all the naysayers, the doubters, the people, shit, everybody, that I'm victorious. I won already. And that card that night will speak volumes. That card is going to be talked about for a couple weeks. I'll guarantee you that. So
all right.
Tune in. Make sure you tune in because you don't want to miss this. And shit, I should get some money off the ticket, the ticket buys. I know that.
Also,
I wonder, hold on. I wonder if they can tell how many viewers can view each fight. Can they do that?
how many viewers you mean like, because the way that they do it, my understanding of how they gauge ratings is by household, not individual viewers.
Gotcha.
But it is a little different now because this can be a view, the phone or the laptop can be a view that can represent literally one individual or several individuals. So it is a little different than it was before, because before it was about televisions and they would do it by the household. So that's it's a different world. It's a brave new future. Somebody's got a question. Dub Ringside asks, salute Champ Queen. Who would be your fantasy fight from any era?
So who would I want to fight from any era? My era, baby. September 10th. Shit.
Hey, one last one. This next message gotta be for Mikaela. And I want you to conjure up all the spirits and all the passion and all the shit to really sell this joint. What do you have to say to Mikaela Mayer before we end this Q&A?
Listen, bitch, September 10th is going down. And I understand you scared, and that's okay. But I'm fucking you up. Like, I'm gonna hurt you, and I can't wait to hurt you. I can't wait to hit your face, your body, break you down, and just to see you say, damn. Well, good fight, bitch. Yes, good fight.
Oh shit! This has been great. Thanks.
Have fun struggling to make 130. You know what I'm saying? Like, have fun. Have all the naysayers in your corner talk you up, because that's what they have to do. You have to convince yourself. I understand this. And yeah, I just can't wait. And make sure you put the work in. Make sure you put a word in that we want to do this sit down talk, because again, you say you have all this authority to do so because you had the authority to make us the main event, but didn't. Just make sure you do that as well. Okay.
Alycia, thank you for your time. This has been great. I'm going to chop it up, turn it into sound bites. I'm going to tag Adam Smith. I'm going to tag Ben Shalom, Boxer, everybody. We need to sit down. Got to sell this joint. It's a great fight. I actually heard the tickets are selling relatively well, all things considered, for the card. Thank you for your time, Alycia.
No problem. Have a blessed day. You're funny.
Man, I mean.